What up, everyone? It's your boy Zero Brew, coming back at you on Halloween night. We have not started. Sundown has not happened yet, but I'm gearing up to get ready for some candy and shenanigans. Can't wait to play around in the neighborhood and do some trick-or-treating. That's I don't know, if you're watching around the world, that's the thing we do here in the United States. I'm assuming other countries do it as well, but maybe not all of you. So I don't want to make all of the assumptions, because you know what that means.
Real quick, click the link in my description to get a free Karato as well as Annex, Ugo, and Mausoleum Mage as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Player and Play on a PC and uninstall. Click the link in my description and register with a brand new email. Launch raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champion. Get an awesome start in Raid Shadow Legends with your free Karato Fox Hunter as well as 3 epic champions. Hit the link below and claim them today. I'll see you in the game. Woo!
What I have going on is I've been messing with Raphael, and I want to make sure I have his gear. So we went and grabbed, if you were hanging out with us last night, we did go, yeah, we do have the gear. I've yet to put his 5-star soul on him. So this is the stats on him without adding his soul, just so you can see that. And we're going to do a little before and after, but there's a whole bunch of teams I want to do. I want to do Ally Attack with Phoenix, I think is going to be coming up. So be on the lookout for future videos of this. But the one thing I wanted to see, and I kind of alluded to this in a different video as well, and I've just kind of been trying it out. So I just happen to have some stuff queued up here and want to see. By the way, I want you to see how hard he absolutely hits, right? Going into this. But so the team is Valkynin, Sun Wukong, Arbiter, and of course our boy Raphael, who's kind of showcasing. And basically the way Raphael's passive works is anytime a champion gets killed on the fight, basically he gets berserk. So what you can do is, so we're going first, and I'm going to trigger his berserk for his first strike. And of course you can kill Sun Wukong, and of course if you know Sun Wukong's passive, he does a bunch of cool stuff. So we've got attack one enemy 3 times. He'll do some stuff. He has attack all enemies, will ignore shields and block damages, and then of course the A1, which attacks one enemy 2 times and will revive them if you get the kill. Now it looks like we're set up, so let's just do an all-out nuke. So this is attacks all enemies. All right, so pay attention. Here's the damage. Let's go. Boom. I saw 250 and some other stuff, and of course we got what's her face doing her thing. Now here's what's cool about this team. Now, by the way, I just used Arbiter to reduce the cooldown by 1 turn, but here's what's cool about this team is Valkynin goes next, right after Arbiter takes their next turn, and Valkynin can steal. So even if a situation like this, so I'm loving this team so far, Valkynin can just steal it, boom, and block revive too, right? That's the cool thing about this team. I'll just pick I had some easier teams in here, and I just wanted to get this recording in just to do it, but I'm absolutely loving this team. So this is the crux of it. Yeah, there's your boost. Kill my own person, trigger the berserk. Now we can do everybody, or we can do some you know, block revives or whatnot, but let's just do everyone. Okay, so we did get the misstep on that. By the way, we're hitting for 160 to 250 on that skill. Also, his passive, if you did not know, allows him 20% chance of granting an extra turn when attacking under berserk. So that's what also makes it amazing is, hey, you get your first turn, but if you've activated the berserk, boom, you get to do some cool stuff and you get this 20%. So that 20% has triggered now. And yeah, attacks one enemy 3 times, boom. So 1 hit killed him, hit for like, I don't know, 8,000 plus 89,000, let's just say just under 100,000. This is again without the power selected for his soul or whatnot. So here we go. We're just going to pick some more fights here. I'm not really paying too much attention to these. Now this is not, and I will say caveat, if they go first or they cut in on us, this is not an insane team. So here we got cut in on. So I'm going to try to go next just to boost. All right, and now, do we want to block revive? Do we want to do something? Let's do the attack all. Let's just do it. All right, there's your stone skin. Now, he will take a bunch of damage. This is what I mean. This is not the end all be all. And then, of course, Sun Wukong does bring stuff to the fight, too. So where we're not stripping those buffs or whatever, let's hope we survive this. Sun Wukong can, you know, do a little something. Well, actually, we're going to do this. But he can do the thing where he can pull the buffs off of the enemy and nuke as well. So Valkynin can strip from the single target. Sun Wukong can strip from everyone. And, you know, Raphael's doing his shenanigans too. I don't know how we survived that. I know how we survived Sun Wukong because he's just OP, right? From that perspective. So let's just do one more fight here. And then we'll think about putting in his blessings and talk about other teams I want to build. Maybe we showcase those as well. I don't know. Let's see. All right. Do we attack everyone or do the block? And watch this. Let's do a block. So we're going to attack Sun Wukong and it's a double attacker. Now it is a weak affinity. So we can weak hit on both of these hits. But let's see. Only took one hit of 84,000. Boom. He's dead. By the way, boom shakalaka. He's blocked revived. Done and done. And now look, she's got a bunch of buffs on her. Look, we're going to just steal those. Thanks for that shield. Now you're dead. Block revived. 533,000 from our boy Valkynin. By the way, we just counterattacked on her and laid the smackdown again. Berserk still going. And here's your triple hitter. Okay. So they got there. This is what I mean. So if Sun Wukong was alive, attacks all enemies. Yeah. So, yeah, that's going on. Sun Wukong's back at it. She's going to go again probably before Sun Wukong gets to go. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. This is where, yeah, no, she counterattacked. I was hopeful that Sun Wukong could go and I could just show, yeah, I could strip, steal your stuff, boom, dead, and take that unkillable off. This is kind of what I was alluding to earlier. A lot of stuff here I really like it. Now he is a major glass cannon, and I'll say this too. So in terms of like, you know, what do we put on him? By the way, I may or may not have gone and gotten that as well. So I don't mind. I'm absolutely loving this champion. So what blessings to put on him? I think the go-to is going to be Lightning Cage. Now, a lot of people are saying, let me back up. A lot of people put Lightning Cage on a champion, especially when they have Stone Skin, right? So at 5 stars, there's a 75% chance of protecting a random buff from being stolen, removed, or transferred, right? Because his A3 puts Perfect Veil and Unkillable on himself, Lightning Orb may still work for this, and I think that's what I'm going to select. But we're not going to put him in Stone Skin, because if you put him in Stone Skin, it will block that Berserk piece that we're going off, especially the way we're attempting to trigger it. All right, and then others are thinking about putting potentially Heaven Cast on him to increase the damage inflicted by the champion according to the number of buffs on him, right? So we can get an extra 1.5% damage. I will say, while this might be great and all of that, I'm really just looking forward to the stats. Again, the crit damage and the attack that's going to be pumping into him. There's always room for Intimidating Presence, and or we could do Polymorph. There's a lot actually you can put on. Could do Polymorph. Usually with my nukers though, I do like Soul Reap, right? So let's say you're trying to do one of those attacks and you're not able to get the kill, and that Soul Reap comes in, and again at 5 stars, it's a 14% threshold to come in and lay the smackdown on that. So that's not too terribly bad. Temporal Chains can always be a good thing too, to kind of boost yourself or decrease your speed and pump you up for each active buff on you or whatnot. But Ward of the Fallen, now we do put this on champions like Rhodos, for example, and I will say stacks of the bone armor do decrease the damage received, right? So he's a super squishy champion, especially with the Berserk. And, you know, I guess I haven't even showed off the Berserk yet. But for those of y'all who don't know Berserk, show it off here. Berserk. I think it's 50% both ways, but let's just double check. Increase the damage inflicted and the damage received by 50%. So there is kind of what that is specifically. So I don't know if even this will help you, because that's great. You're still going to take a 50% damage nuke back on you. So are you going to reduce the damage by 30%? I guess that 50% would come in and you reduce 30% off of that. But he's so squishy, right? He you know, even when we add the HP that we're inevitably going to be getting, it's only like 40,000 HP. So he's just going to get nuked into the dirt. I don't know. I do get one free reset. So I think we're going to just go ahead and pick Lightning Cage on him will be the official answer, but I'm not going to do that yet. I want to run a few more things. All right, so the next thing I just wanted to kind of check out is what would happen with the ally attack. And we are taking Arbiter here, and I usually do similar teams from this perspective, Mariska, right? Because she's such a great champion. However, we do get the attack up with the Arbiter, and of course, Phoenix is a double, or he's attack base. So we have 2 attack based champions, which technically, you know what? I take that back, because she puts the increase up too. So I've already debunked my issue here. So I should have done maybe, yeah, and then he lost the Berserk. All right, so what happened there? How did he got the berserk, but then he lost the berserk. So someone do the math on that. So again, this is my first time playing with him. So we're learning together, right? All right, we try to get our stun on. We're gonna attack and block revive with her. Okay, so the berserk has now happened. Let's just do attack all enemies. Boop. And we weak hit on both of them. That is gross. That is gross. And there's your nuke back that we were just talking about and how squishy Raphael can be from that perspective. It looks like we can only target him. I could have done an AoE attack, by the way. That's fine. So yeah, so I take that back. So let's make that adjustment real fast. So the adjustment is we just put Mariska in. I picked this disgusting team. By the way, it has Torment. So if we get Terminator boosted, we're going to get frozen. But then we got the double Cavalax here, which would normally kill us. But of course, Mariska's special power is to do her thing. Now he can do the block passives, which is nasty. And then just one thing, just so you can see my Phoenix, I want to show that off. Recently used. Phoenix is in a 6-piece retaliation set. So anytime we get attacked, Phoenix has a 45% chance to counterattack, essentially. If you're curious about his stats, he's at 6,300 on the attack, 298 on the crit damage here. And we do have a little bit of accuracy on him because he has some debuffs and he does the double hit on the A1, which blocks the revive with debuffs on if you don't know how the Phoenix works. So let's just check out this team, see what happens. We might die, who knows? But that's why you experiment, right? All right, so we got all the stuff. We're going to cleanse it because Mariska is amazing. And now let's just ally attack. And let's ally attack the Torment because we only get the one hit because he didn't have a debuff on him. So let's just see. All right, ally attack. Boom. Block revive. So if you know, by the way, he turned. I like how he turned. So he attacked and now he's kind of turned in a different way. I didn't notice that in terms of the graphics, but now it looks like he's turned a different way. I don't know. I might have to do a before and after compare. Maybe the editor can do that with his stance before the berserk. But there you go. Yeah, let's do the attack all just to not mess around. And I wasn't looking at how much damage was happening there, but here we go. We should be able to nuke off the stone skin. We did block revive, done and done. I like it. There's a lot going on here. I'm not going to go against the Hegemon team. A lot going on here. Bombs. All right, let's do this team. Now, Harima's passive is going to kind of nerf some of our damage as well. So let's just see. So again, we got ally attack. Let's attack Harima. See what happens here. Now, we didn't have the damage. So, by the way, going back to the Valkynin Sun Wukong thing, the Valkynin would have triggered the berserk and the berserk would have actually gotten the kill on there. So I'm going to do this attack. We should probably attack someone else, but we're going to block revive her. Yeah. And then the debuff gets removed. I don't know why that debuff is getting removed. So we'll have to do some research on that as to why that debuff is getting removed and why it's not getting removed here. Right. So I don't know. All right. Triple hitter. 18,000 on a weak hit, 83,000 on the second hit that was not weak. And then of course, Phoenix comes through, gets a double hit, doesn't need the double hit, block revive, dead. So I don't know what's happening with the berserk there and why the berserk is getting removed. That's very curious to me. One more fight and then we're going to just show Raphael prior to his stats. All right, so we're going to just buff up on this and see if we can provide some sort of protection here. And we can't block revive technically a Lydia. Yeah, we just got nuked by our boy and he stole our buffs, which is not cool. So yeah, Sun Wukong is disgusting from that perspective. That's tough. We're going to lose this fight. Oh, cool. You wasted your thing there. I'm going to try to strip the buffs off of everyone. Yeah. She still counterattacked. What the hell? No, she didn't counterattack. She took her turn. Never mind. Never mind. That's on me. Also, by taking the Mariska, we have the life harvest. So old dude right there is getting hit up with that life harvest. So we need to get them to kill us. Come on, kill us. Kill us, kill us. We got one shot and a chance. Come on. By the way, we're about to start getting trick-or-treaters, so I might have to end this fight early. And of course, Lydia blocks us. I totally forgot about the Lydia. So yeah, and I never tried to fight Lydia with a Mauritia team. Yeah, let's take a look at the gear. So again, one more time here. Now again, his speed is really, really low, but you know, I was saying, oh, we can use counterattackers or other things to get turns and take turns or whatnot. And of course, with the first team we were showcasing arbiters, turn meter boosting and things like that, right? But it's easy to get cut in on. Again, 320 on the crit damage. We'll get an extra, what's that, 45 on that. So that'll go, do the maths on that, and attack will go up 600 as well. Put the Gore Crescent on him, which also provides crit damage and attack. And the wearer's next attack after killing an enemy deals 20% more damage at this rate. So that's fantastic as well. Keep that in mind. So you get that one kill in and get her done. These are the masteries that we went with. Of course, using Helm Smasher right here. And we did go with the double counterattack situation, right? So every time you hit it with that A1, it can get stupid nasty. And then here's our total stats. So we did the Merciless, so you can see the 6-piece set. So we're also ignoring the 35% there. And then a piece of Supersonic, and then that Slayer piece to help us get over the percentage. And technically we didn't need that piece. It just happened to work out that way. So those are the total stats, but basically the 6-piece Merciless is what we're kind of going in on. And you have an opportunity to reduce skills cooldown as well when dealing damage. But so far, so good, man. I am absolutely loving Raphael. Let's do one more fight and let me set it up real fast. All right, again, no blessings selected. I just want to close it out. This is a standard, like try to sweep them and set up a giant nuke just to see. Again, they have stone skins, so that's kind of how some of this is filled, and they've cut in on us. That's fun. So this is gonna fail. Oh, that's right. I didn't even see Armand's. Armand's doing Armand's things. Let's see. Remove all buffs. Got the cleanse. Wow, this just totally did not go in our favor at all. But Armand's is dead. Armand's is dead. Please let me counterattack. Oof, oof, oof. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead. All right, so I picked a terrible team. Terrible team. That's on me. That's on me. Let's see. Can we salvage this? I don't know if we can salvage it. Let's see. Weak hits. Armand's weak hitting. I'm going to block revive the crap out of him if I get a chance to go. Come on. Ooh. Sleep coming in. Clutch. Sleep coming in. Clutch. Stay on target. Block revive. We're dead though. Let's see. Dogs are barking. Halloween trick-or-treaters are here. Let's do some reset. Yeah, let's reset some skills. Let's see. Come on. Revive. Turn meter boost and attack up. Let's go. Yeah, so I think on a traditional team now, and this is just after one fight, just how this fight has gone off. First of all, he's not fast enough to kind of go because we totally got cut in on. I don't like this because he's our only nuker for the situation, and he's so squishy. While he is such a big nuker, he can annihilate the entire enemy team. And of course, we didn't get to opportunity to do that because we got cut in on and all that. But what I would say is because he's the only nuker and the Berserk makes him so squishy, I would not do a team like this. Just kind of my final thoughts. And this is just, if anybody new to the game is just kind of watching this, we just lost our revives. So we're going to be hurting there. But if anybody's news watching this and you're trying to, fill out a new champion or something like that, this is just kind of what you have to go through and see kind of what, strategies and whatnot will work, right? And so I'll just leave off of that. I'll just say I absolutely don't want him to be the only nuker because he does do so much damage. He can get the job done, but there's so many other champions that can do that as well and not be as squishy, if you will, if that makes sense. So that being said, happy Halloween. I think my family's running around and doing their thing. I'm gonna go get in the golf cart and toot around in my stuff. So do all the things, like, subscribe, and I appreciate you. And let me know what you think. If you went for Raphael and or if you like it, let's go. And there'll be future videos to come for sure. I'm gonna find a nice team and get his blessing on him and show how much damage he can really do. All right, y'all be good. Bye.